Hi, I'm Lisa Wetzel, and I'm an Akashic Records consultant. And we ask the Akashic Records the questions, and they provide the answers. And Carrie, what's the question?
What does the universe provide through the Akashic Records?
The universe provides all answers and all equivalency to everything that is needed to be known. What we're providing for you is information that can be accessed by all human beings. And when the human beings begin to recognize that there is a superficial field of energy that exists above them, they'll begin to gain the understanding of how all answers can be provided. When you understand that the Akashic Records hold the truth to all existence, you'll begin to recognize how they can provide the answers to every situation and every scenario and to all past events in order to gain clarity and understanding of what situations and why they occurred. And so what I'm understanding is that they're also going back into past lives and, through the entire history of the soul. So when you begin to gain the understanding that you can clear the history and the belief systems that once were through the understanding of what the Akashic field can provide, you'll understand how the universe and the Akashic Records work hand in hand and in unison to create healing for all. What we want you to understand is that the universe has given you a gift and an ability to clear and to heal all that is needed. When you begin to gain the understanding that the truth and the purity of all essence resides within you, you can clear that essence and become one with all in existence. Then you'll begin to gain the understanding of how the universe helps you to clear this energy. The Akashic field or the Akashic Records are key in the understanding that there are specific events that have happened or transpired that the human is requested or requesting to heal from. All of those events are held within the Akashic field, and this is what you need to understand. What we do as universal consciousness and as universal guides is that we show you the way to clear those events. The Akashic field is the memory of everything in existence. If you want to heal or clear something that is causing you stress or chaos, you can recognize that the memory is being held in a field of the highest vibrational frequency. When the human begins to understand that they no longer want to hold on to that memory or that emotional feeling, they can simply ask or request the universe to help. And as the universe begins to assist the human being or the human structure in healing this scenario, the memories and that recognition comes from the Akashic field. Therefore, what you need to understand is that the universe and that energetic vibration of that specific event works together to clear that energetic field that is within each human being. Okay, so what I'm seeing and what I'm understanding is that an event or an emotional trauma that is within the human body has a certain vibration. And so it's almost like if you could see a bunch of bubbles and those bubbles are filling your body. Let's say you have 50 bubbles that are within your body. Each one of those bubbles is a specific event. Each one of those events or those bubbles have a specific vibration or frequency. And so in order to clear that vibration or frequency, it's called upon the Akashic Records, that memory that's in that field, that they work in conjunction together. It's almost like they're connected. And what I'm seeing is it's like a balloon. A balloon is up in the sky, and the string that's holding on to the balloon is tied to that bubble that's within you. And so as this emotion is released, that bubble gets popped. So what it's doing is it's clearing that emotional connection to the Akashic field. Okay, so what's happening is that the memory is in the Akashic field. The emotional tie that you're feeling within your body is connected to that specific event. So once you begin to recognize that you need to have more understanding about that specific event in order to let go of the emotional tie that resides within you, the memory has to come from the Akashic field. Okay, so what's that being said is that a lot of times if you recognize that you may have an emotion that you don't know what that emotion is specifically tied to, in order to resolve that issue, a lot of times they're laughing and saying every time the memory of that specific situation or the cause of that specific emotion is coming from the memory banks of the Akashic field. And so what the Akashic field does is brings that memory to light. It helps you to understand what's happened and how you can let it go, what the truth is behind that specific scenario. And therefore, when you begin to gain that understanding of what that event was or what caused it, that emotional release can happen. And what I'm seeing now is that bubble that's tied to that string and that balloon, is the balloon starts rising, and that little bubble that the string is attached to is pulling that memory up, and it's removing it from your body so that bubble no longer exists within you. It shifts and changes the energy field for you. So when you begin to recognize that all memories are relevant to the existence of all humans and all life forms, you'll begin to recognize how relevant the Akashic field is. It can help you and assist you in releasing what is no longer needed, and it also can bring to you what the truth is and the purity of what your existence is meant to be. Because that memory or that knowledge of who you are as a specific individual, or who I am as a specific individual, is also embedded within that Akashic field. So the Akashic field actually has everything that is meant for you from the point of the existence of the soul, the creation of the soul, throughout that soul's lifetime up to that point where you presently reside, and what the plans are for the future events. So the whole scenario of your soul is being held in that Akashic field. And so in order to clear what's needed so that you can become more connected to the spiritual consciousness, you will have to call upon the Akashic Records at some point, whether consciously or not, to revisit, is what they're saying, that specific memory that's causing you chaos. And this is what we're here for, in order to help remind you of what you need to become. We, as the universal guides, connect and correct you when needed in order for you to find the truth of who you are, which is held within the Akashic field. And I so hope that you understood that, because that was a lot of information. And it's also a little different perspective than what we've ever been told before, or what the normal story is. So I hope that you can hold on to that and recognize that anything that is held within you is connected to the Akashic field and to the universal consciousness. We have lots of help around us that are guiding us forward. And just that little memory of, we're in a human body, but the truth of who we are lies within us in the soul's form. So thank you for joining me. You can follow me on Facebook and YouTube at Lisa Wetzel, Akashic Records Consultant. Instagram is Akashic Records Lisa Wetzel, and also you can follow me or listen to me on my podcast that I co-host with, is Mystical Lodge Radio. Thank you.